This will be an update video on some of my container grown trees, my stone fruit trees, and a few others. This first one is my starfruit tree. This tree was purchased back in May of 2017, and it's been in this 15-gallon container a little over 3 years. I'll be transplanting it to a larger container, probably a wooden container. Ideally, it should be in the ground, but I have limited space, so it will have to go in the container. By the way, I recently posted a video where I walked through my backyard and I showed you how many square feet I used to plant my trees. If you haven't already seen it, you can search my channel for that video. We recently had some strong winds through our area. These starfruits were knocked off. Thankfully, they were ready for harvest. Anyway, as you can see, they were all pretty good size. There's still a few left on the tree that are just about ready to be picked. I'll give them a few more days on the tree. This harvest rendered about 16 starfruits. The biggest harvest grown in this 15-gallon container is about 25. I'm hoping once I transplant it to a larger container, it will do better and I'll get a bigger harvest. This next one is my Meyer Lemon tree. This tree was purchased in March of 2016. It's been growing in this container for nearly 4 years. This is another one that is ready to be transplanted to a larger container. I just got through harvesting all the fruit off of this one. There were about 16 in total. I started harvesting fruit off this tree several months ago. In previous years, I've harvested as many as around 50 to 60 lemons. I thought I was going to get a bigger crop this season, but I wound up harvesting somewhere around 40 or so. Still, it was big enough a harvest to make some lemonade. I freeze the juice and use the cubes to make lemonade. Here's a look at my peach trees that are in early bloom. This is a multi-grafted peach tree growing in a 15-gallon grow bag. The Florida Prince started to flower in early January, which is way too early. Last season it didn't flower until late February, sometime in early March. The Eva's Pride graft is also starting to flower. And the Desert Gold graft doesn't look like it's too far behind. Some of these buds are getting ready to bloom. I also have this other multi-grafted peach tree. The Florida Prince on this one is also already in bloom, and it even has several leaves starting to form. The other grafts don't look like they'll be in bloom for several weeks. All of the stone fruit trees in this section have been in the ground for just over a year. This season will be the first harvest since being planted in the ground. The flower buds on this group of nectarine trees are also a ways from blooming. As are my apricot trees. And here's my Mexicola avocado that has put on a heavy set of blooms. This tree was purchased in April of 2016. It's been growing in this 22-inch container for nearly 4 years now. I've only harvested one avocado off this tree. It was harvested a few weeks ago, first week in January. This tree is still small, but I should get a better harvest off of these blooms. And here's my Surinam cherry tree. When I purchased this tree, I was told it was a black cherry variety. In October of 2020, it produced a single cherry, which, as you can see, is red. This tree was purchased in March of 2019. It was recently planted in the ground about a month ago, and it looks like it's going to be pushing out a good amount of flower buds. They are a bit hard to pick up on camera, but there are several buds starting to form throughout the tree. I also have this other one here, which is a Lolita variety. This tree was purchased back in March of 2019. I've harvested several fruit off of this one. It's a black cherry variety. This one is also starting to develop flower buds. It has more buds than the other one. It's doing quite well. Even growing in this 15-gallon container, it has managed to put a heavy crop out. Last season, I harvested around 100 or so off this tree. And over here I have another Surinam. This one is supposed to be the red variety. I haven't harvested any fruit off of it, so I can't confirm that it is a red variety. I bought this tree in May of 2017. It was planted in the ground in September of 2018. It flowered for several seasons, but has never produced any fruit. It recently flowered in early December, but again, it failed to set or even show signs of any fruit development. All of the flowers dried and dropped off. There's still a few buds left on the tree, but none show any signs of fruit development. I'm not sure what's going on with this tree. It has put on a good amount of growth and is looking healthy, but it just doesn't seem to be able to set any fruit. And lastly, this is my cherry of the Rio Grande. This tree lost several leaves due to cold damage and also from those high winds I talked about earlier. It's bouncing back with the new growth, and as you can see, these appear to be early stages of flower buds starting to form. This tree was purchased in June of 2019. This is a mature tree, and who knows how long it's been in this container. It hasn't put on much growth since then. I expect this tree is ready to be transplanted. I purchased it with the intent of planting it in the front yard. However, that project has been put on hold, and I'm not sure when I'll be able to get to it. I might have to build a bigger container for this one. Given the fact that it hasn't put on much growth in the last year and it's never put a heavy crop, I'm guessing it might be starting to get root bound. Well, that will be it for this video. If you enjoyed watching, please hit that subscribe button so that you can follow along, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. As always, stay safe, grow your own, and thank you for watching.